morning, Minnesota and beyond. My name is Michael Walgrave, and welcome to Moving Minnesota. You're on show number something or other. I'm losing track now. It's been week 5. We keep moving on. 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Appreciate you all stopping by. Today we have Tuesday trivia, and we're going through Washington County this week. So that's the topic of this week is Washington County primarily. A little bit background on me before we get going. I'm a realtor for the Walgrave Real Estate Group out of Savage, Minnesota. We are part of the Minnesota real estate team, and yes, Remax Advantage Plus is the overarching umbrella of our organization. You can catch me at 612-930-2929 if you want to talk real estate or a showing, or you can reach out michael@walgrave.com. I have all the Facebooks too, the Michael Walgrave's Moving Minnesota, and of course this YouTube channel. So we have Mr. Beans, Garrett Beaner in the background, making the magic happen behind the scenes. I appreciate that. And yeah, let's get into it. Washington County, we were talking the other day, is the 5th populous county in Minnesota. We're around 267,000 people. County seat is Stillwater. There's 27 cities, including Cottage Grove, Forest Lake, Newport, Oakdale, and Pine Springs. The largest city is Woodbury, 8th largest in Minnesota, and tons of protected wildlife areas along the border with the St. Croix River in Wisconsin across the river. Over 20 wildlife protected areas. That is awesome. And yeah, a little bit data there. You might need that for the trivia later on. Just about forgot. I kind of want to touch on National Neighborhood Night Out. It's the first weekend of Tuesday across the nation. And I think this is worth noting and pointing out. It's a great opportunity to get out, meet your neighborhood, meet your peace officers. Contact this organization to find out more about National Night Out in your neighborhood. It won't be till next year, but definitely pencil that in on the calendar. That's just a good reason to get out in your neighborhood Tuesday night. So, geez. Parachuting into National Night Out. We got some video on it even.
Yes.
Nice. I think they need to rebrand the police to be peace officers again. I think that would help if the police didn't think of them themselves as the police. The peace officer is where we need them to be, perhaps. So we'll just change the linguistic.
National Night Out gives the community an opportunity to forge relationships with law enforcement.
Meet good people on the national.
It's designated on the first Tuesday in August.
First responders.
Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard, looking down, seeing stars. 90210, rodeo is rodeo. Glad I hit it, glad I did it, and I do it again. Yeah, and hang with my friends with them red Maseratis and them tuned up bodies, and everybody gonna be the next somebody. Yeah, this place is a trip. Hey, but meanwhile, wagon stick, somebody's having a small town, big time night. Somebody's rocking the main street, or red tail lights. Somebody's cranking it up, or falling in love, or getting the buzz, sipping on a little moonlight. Yeah, they know how to rock out in the boondocks, 'cause believe me, I've been there. Somebody's having a small town, big time night somewhere.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, National Night Out, first Tuesday of August. Very cool event to meet the neighborhood and the people that take care of your neighborhood. And yeah, I'm watching that. They got the fire hose. It looked like, and then there was that one scene that looked like people were throwing rocks at them or something. They had their shields. There's some weirdos out there that if you were to be the police and you're like, hey, we're going to tear gas this area, come on down for the fun, people would show up for it. People would come down. There's this festival in, it was Coon Creek Days in La Crosse. back in the 80s and 90s, and this thing turned into some sort of canoe festival, but then everybody would just overtake the downtown. And like every year, the police would tear gas, it seemed like. And some people would show up just to be tear gassed. There's actual people there. But they shut it down. It got out of hand. You could probably find video footage. There's video footage out there where people ended up flipping a police car and starting it on fire in downtown La Crosse. Yeah, it wasn't the best day for everybody, but anyways, National Night Out is not Coon Creek Day, but check it out the 1st of August. Good stuff out there. There's the link below. Thank you for that, Garrett. Real quick market report, just going back over yesterday. This is on fortune.com. Your average interest rates are sitting at 6.5% for the 30 years. So the VA is under the 6% mark for 30-year at 5.934, and the 15-year fixed is 5.637. Of course, these are averages, and it depends on your credit and all that good stuff. So, but there's a metric for you today. Your data points, not dab points, Heather. Washington County market. We got 2,027 homes for sale in the last 30 days. New to the market, 502. That's up 3.6%. Days on the market, 40 days to sell your home on average. Average home price in the last 30 days in Washington County is $550,000. We have a couple of properties in Washington County at that price point just to see what that looks like. Come up with that in the later segment. And then there's 311 price reductions. So that's up 107.3%. So that's a pretty big increase. So maybe there's some leverage for the buyers out there to get a better price, something to keep in track of. We had a great interview yesterday with Mr. Ryan O'Neill of the Minnesota real estate team. We pre-recorded it. I think we have access to that. You have
Yes.
Beautiful footage. Roll that beautiful realtor footage, I guess, Beans.
There we go.
The Moving Minnesota Real Estate Show. Today we have a very special guest, Ryan O'Neill of the Minnesota Real Estate Team. He heads up one of the most effective teams on the planet for RE/MAX Advantage Plus. He's had 20 years of experience in the Twin Cities metro area. Great guy. Without further ado, let's bring on Ryan O'Neill, the Minnesota Real Estate Team.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning.
Oh, Ryan, how's it going?
Thanks for having me on. Honored to join you on the show here. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing with this. This is a great thing you got going.
Well, you're partially the inspiration for it. I've loved your the Minnesota Real Estate Team show on Saturdays and such, and it's a good way to get your name and face out there and let people know what kind of folk you are and if they want to work with you, that kind of thing, and educate the public. That's always a good thing. So yes, thank you for showing the way for real estate programming. Yes.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we've had fun with the Minnesota Real Estate Show over the years. It's been every week for probably almost 20 years. I feel like a long time. So it's funny because we haven't always been at the same time. We've been Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoons, Sunday mornings, Thursday night, you name it. I feel like we've had that time slot.
Well, is the current time slot your favorite? Is that most effective?
It's interesting. We won for a couple of years. And we've been on a few different stations. Right now we're on Saturdays. It's on WCCO 830. And we used to be on, it was 100.3 FM in the Twin Cities prior to it being KFAN. Now it's KFAN, of course. And so one year or two, we had a Thursday evening time slot, which was the FM dial on KFAN, or prior to it being KFAN. So that was kind of fun too, because you hit a different listenership. But I think, a lot of people are listening on, the mornings, Saturday, Sunday, whether it's, during the week as well. So we just kind of take it wherever there's an option, we'll roll with it.
Right. No, I think that's a good slot. People are, waking up on their Saturday, having their cafe Americana there, and seeing what's going on in the real estate world, and maybe they hit up some open houses or some showings in the afternoon. I think you guys got a good slot there. So
no, I appreciate it. Nope, it's a good group, and yeah, it's a fun show. And like what you guys are doing, I mean, half the battle is just providing content, providing information for people. I think nowadays, people are always looking. I mean, they're looking for information, they're looking for resources, and I think with the work that you do, with the work that our team does, that's always kind of been a foundational element. Is it's all about providing solid content for people in a low pressure format, fun, informative. Because again, I think it's just when they're buying, selling, investing in real estate, people are looking for people they can trust, solid information, and so that's kind of the idea with it, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Our show is a little bit different. We were kind of looking at the Twin Cities 7-county metro area the last couple of weeks, and just from that view of it, and just trying to give people information to make good decisions on home buying and selling. And there's a lot of people that just are interested in general. They might be 10 years away from buying a home, but that doesn't matter. So get them thinking.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right. So
Cool.
true.
Cool. Well, got a few questions here as a general interview. Curious about your biography, your bio, your background, kind of where you grew up, and education, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm the youngest of 6. Grew up down in New Prague, so a little bit south of the metro. My father's no longer living, but mom is almost 90. Again, being the youngest of 6, I've got older brothers, older sister. Everybody's kind of in the metro area here. My wife and I live in Bloomington, and so we've been in the Bloomington area for almost 20 years now. But again, went through school through New Prague, college. After school was just trying to think of what I wanted to do with my life when I got older. And both my brother Tim, my next oldest brother, and myself are lifelong musicians as well. And so we both had, kind of played piano, and Tim was pursuing his music professionally. And so the first few years after college, I dove in with Tim, kind of full speed ahead, pursuing music. And so we were selling our music, through a variety of different avenues.
Wow.
And, as we were doing that, I started to get interested in real estate investing. And this was the early 2000s, when the mortgage environment was different, when you could get, zero down mortgages or little down or that type of thing. And so for me, I had been renting for a while, and I thought, well, why don't I buy a duplex? So I bought this duplex in Bloomington, and learned a little bit about working with or finding tenants and kind of managing the rental. And so from that point, I decided, hey, why don't I continue trying to invest in real estate for myself? And in the process, got my license, started working with a lot of people early on who were fellow investors. And that was a lot, Mike, that was a lot of kind of my business early on from a real estate standpoint, was just helping people learn how to invest in real estate. And I think the different approach that I used is that, again, like growing up in a small town, very blue collar family, I was never afraid to share the good and especially the bad involved with real estate investing. And so as I was meeting potential clients, talking to them, and sharing stories about being a landlord, the sometimes non-payment of rent, the issues with maintenance in the property, all kinds of things that happen. I think what happened is it started to build a little bit of trust with some of these potential clients. And again, at the time, there weren't a lot of agents really who were working with investors. And so that was, at least, it's kind of a long answer to your question, but that was sort of the start for me, where again, I would help people find investment property. I would help them rent the property. And then a lot of these clients would buy multiple properties with me over time. And some of the clients actually became agents and said, hey, why don't we work together? Why don't we join the team? And that was sort of the start of the Minnesota real estate team, of our team and our group. And again, working with a lot of investors. And again, that was 2003, 4, 5. So yeah, that was at least sort of the starting point, if you will.
Awesome. You see that you built the Minnesota real estate team to be the #1 mid-sized employer in Star Tribune's top Minnesota workplace survey. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is, definitely kind of speaks to just our collective team, the entire team of folks. And so we've got, now, a number of great agents, really all experience levels. So we have some people that are seasoned professionals that have owned or run their own real estate brokerage, some who've ran their own real estate team, some who, on the other end of the spectrum, agents maybe who are starting in the business or trying to learn the business. And so, what we've kind of collectively tried to do over the years is put together a sort of a like-minded group of folks that is supportive to agents, helpful, kind, patient, to a group that's going to help agents succeed at the level that they're wanting to succeed. And I think through that group collectively, with the agents and then a lot of our staff members that we've got with our team, it's this is a business that when agents get into it, there really isn't there isn't one roadmap, if you will. Everybody kind of finds their own path, but the business can be incredibly lonely too. And I think part of what I learned early on with this is that with a team, if you can put together a good support structure, but actually have it be meaningful. I think when agents are joining teams, the natural thing people do is say, well, what's in it for me? Why would I do this? What's going to be good for me? And so I think as the leader of the team, organizing the team, you really have to look at it and say, hey, what is the value that you're going to bring to agents? And so for me, what I would tell you, that is really what I always am watching most closely is, are we moving the needle for our agents? Are we making a difference? Because it's one thing to just try to recruit a bunch of people, but if you're not actually making an impact, nobody's going to stay on the team. And I think that's where, the way that I'm wired is all about, how can we help our people do more business, learn the business, make the money they want to do, be supported. And so it sounds simple, it sounds basic, but I think at the end of the day, it's kind of a labor of love for all of us. And so we were honored to with the Star Tribune top workplaces. But again, I think, Mike, it's a credit to everybody on the team, to sort of the whole structure that we put together. Awesome.
It can be lonely as a realtor because you are your own independent business.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely I love sharing success more with other people than just myself. So in my first year here, I've teamed up with a couple other new guys, and so we're heading this on as a group. So now, and that's more, to me, that's a pretty empowering for all of us. It keeps all of us accountable, and then also, you get to examine thinking and other ideas that you might not come up with on your own. So the team, I love the team spirit. That's very good stuff that you got.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it. And I think what's happened over the years, when I started in the business, I started at Edina Realty. I had a wonderful manager, a gentleman named Bill Lipka, who was very supportive to me, did just an awesome job. And, but what I learned early on is, again, that it's, it can be a little bit of an individual sport. And so I think what's happened over now, as I look back over 20 years, teams have become much more common, where you can get additional support, you can get additional business leads, you can get additional training. But I think that, the important thing for agents that they always look at is they say, okay, if I'm getting those things, what am I giving up in return? And so for me, it's all about, meaningfully helping our agent, again, do more business, make more money than they would on their own, learn the business, and support them and have fun, have fun in the process too. And so I think the proof is always in the pudding, so to speak, with teams on retention. And I would say my number one goal is agent retention. It's treating our people well. If they have a good experience, they're going to stay they're going to stay. Often they'll refer people. It's like an agent business. Again, if you're taking care of your people, like you do, Mike, you take care of your people, they have a good experience, they refer you to other folks. So that's been how our growth has happened over time. It's been very organic. I am not a recruiter to call other companies' agents and say, hey, we're the best and come visit us. I've never done that. And it's just not kind of who I am.
I've had people reach out to me since they've been here asking that kind of thing. I was like, whatever. Nice try. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at here. So
I appreciate everything you're doing, man. Yeah, it is. And it is again, most companies have a recruiter, somebody that's doing this, and that's kind of their job. But at the end of the day, it's like anything. It's all about building relationships with people and listening to them and determining how can you fill a need, how can you help them, what can you do. And I think that's part of the art form of a good real estate team, of a good real estate agent's business as well.
Jason Walgrave has referred to the Walgrave Real Estate Group as a bunch of super agents. And I'm like, what does that really look like? Like, at some points with some of this work I've done with my clients so far, it's like I'm working outside of my own real estate bubble, actually. Like, this guy needs to figure out how he can get a network put together to put TVs up for people in Florida.
Right.
So I'm like doing research on that. I'm like, okay, everything goes here. Let's go. So, but
well, it is with, and again, Jason, has really done a nice job in just putting together a great kind of administrative support for the team, as well as just a very good group of people that holds each other accountable, has some training, mentoring, support. And again, much like any business or industry, not all brokers and teams are created equal. People offer different things. And so I think, again, Jason and you all as a team have really done a nice job in kind of building that, sustaining that. And again, the clients then can feel it. Most importantly, it's about the customer. It's about the client. And I think that's something that's always been the forefront of my mind is, what's in the best interest of our client. Because again, if you do that, everything else falls into place. And so customer service, it sounds similar, but really the real estate business, that's what it's all about.
For sure. No, that's there's been some really good trainings expressing just those ideas for sure. And I like your trainings, by the way. Your sessions are fun.
That's good. No, you got to keep it interesting because again, training, and I just think about myself if I'm going anywhere and listening to somebody for 45 minutes or an hour and a half, it's hard to stay focused and just to continue staying interested. So we try to keep it interesting, not drag it on too long. A lot of our training too will bring in different voices. I think it's good to hear, like you do with the show, you bring different people on. Not everybody people don't want to hear me drone on for an hour and a half about whatever. If you could get somebody else, hey, how about you bring Sue on or Frank or Jill or whoever, just different viewpoints, different thoughts, especially from a training standpoint, that can be much more effective for people. But yeah, what are you finding so far with the Moving Minnesota show? How are you finding the interviews from week to week?
Oh, well, we've dubbed this a pilot show, so people don't get the wrong idea that we're the best. But we started 4 weeks ago, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Kind of a good way to start the day. I need to do market research and anything anyways. So basically I'm just taking my typical realtor tasks and turn on the video camera and the microphone for 15 minutes to an hour. And it's building. We're getting subscribers and such. People are starting to reach out to my message board. And the other idea with doing it like this is reels are kind of an important thing with your marketing for social media, these short 1 minute clips. Well, you do a live show and you record this whole thing, you can go back and snip out the best points of it to make these reels. And in fact, I think StreamYard, that's what we're using to stream right now.
Yeah.
They have it's kind of works okay. They have like an AI function where you can go back after your stream into your history, hit the AI button, and it'll just auto-generate material for you. So like
cool.
It's so quick and simple. Yeah. And then you can just share it to whatever YouTube or Facebook that you got. And a lot of people have been liking that. A lot of names I'm not familiar with are popping up. So
that's cool. That's really cool. One thought I had, and this is maybe not even entirely real estate related, but one thought. I was talking to a friend recently, and I think a lot of times, as obviously you think about your work you do in life, and you think about the impact of that work and enjoyment of it. And one thing my dad always shared with me that I feel is super powerful, for listeners wherever you're at in life, that Dad always said, it's not so much what you do in life, but it's how you do it. And I think, and I think about that wherever people are. I think there is a little bit of a societal pressure to do certain things, to be a certain way, to work certain jobs, to meet certain standards. And, I love meeting people in life that really you can see it's regardless of what it is, like I think I've got a friend of mine who is he's an Uber driver, and he takes so much pride, and he's so passionate about what he does and the service he provides that it kind of radiates through his life. And so, it's the little things, it's something like that I'm sure, when he was growing up, he probably didn't think, hey, I'm going to be an Uber driver and this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. But at least in this season of his life where he's at, that's what he's doing. He's doing it with passion. He's doing it with conviction. He's doing it to help others. So I think that can really shine through, and that can make a big difference. And, people can feel that. So hopefully that's helpful, for some people, wherever you might be watching this and thinking about, hey, where am I at in life, or what am I doing, or am I following my call or vocation? I think sometimes we can be kind of hard on ourselves because I know for sure. I mean, I certainly didn't wake up one day and say, well, I'm want to do this real estate team, and we're going to have a lot of different people on the team and whatever. I think it's kind of a process over time.
Wow.
And I think when people are following their heart and doing so with passion and conviction, and good things happen over time. And so that's where, I've seen it with our team and seen it with a lot of people that do all kinds of different things. So,
yeah, no, that's the American dream in a nutshell, though. It's not necessarily making money. It's about the passion and serving a purpose or finding something that's you. And that's the dream. So,
one other thing I thought, Mike, that would be really great is how about we talk now for about 15 minutes about political feelings? I'm kidding.
If we want to go down this road, Ryan, I want to tell you how I'm going to try to run for this election. And I feel a third party is going to steal the whole thing. So
there was a long pause. There was a long pause. Hey, I have one other shameless plug I do want to make as well. So along with our real estate, some of the music stuff, our family started a little foundation called the O'Neill Foundation of Hope. You can Google it. You can pull it up on Facebook. It's o'neillhope.org. Essentially, what we're doing is helping identifying at least one family individual a week who has experienced some hardship, who's kind of fallen through the cracks. Maybe they have mobility issues, rent or mortgage issues, food scarcity. Some hardship or tragedy has kind of hit them and they've fallen through the cracks. Essentially, what we do is we find those folks, help them through a variety of ways, financially as well, of course, and try to lift them up to give them a sense of hope in a brighter tomorrow. So that's been a real labor of love for our family. We've got, I don't know, probably over 100 families that we've helped in the last 2 years. That's something that we're really passionate about as well. Whether you're watching and you're interested and you just want to learn more, again, you can just Google the O'Neill Foundation of Hope. You can go to our Facebook page. We're always looking for volunteers, people that want to help out as well. And so that is, Mike, that's something that we're really passionate about as well, kind of moving forward. And again, there's so many generous people in the world that give back. For us, this was a way to do it, to move very quickly, to help people. So again, appreciate the chance to kind of let folks know about that too.
I'll put the link in when we go live tomorrow. I can't do it right now, but the O'Neill Foundation of Hope. Yes, sir. So how long have you guys been operating that? Or
2 years. It's been 2 years. 2 years ago that we started it. And the idea was kind of in honor of both mom and dad, but our dad was, as he would say, in New Prague, growing up in New Prague, kind of a small town attorney. Dad was a very generous guy, did a lot of kind of pro bono work for a variety of clients over the years.
Awesome.
I think just to honor dad, honor mom, our family, we wanted to do something as a way to give back. And again, love so many of the large national charities that are out there, but we wanted to have something kind of small, quick, nimble, that monies, again, it's a 501c3, so all donations are tax deductible, but we could help people quickly without a lot of red tape or paperwork, make a difference. And again, most importantly, provide a little bit of hope. And so it's a kind of a labor of love, but we're excited about it.
I will pass along the good news that you got there. Yes, there are a few people that could benefit. Yes, so no, keep up the good work, man. So have you done a concert before for the O'Neill Hope Foundation? Did you guys? It seems like I saw you playing piano someplace.
Yeah, so we do. Every year we do an annual kind of benefit Christmas concert. So we've got 3 concerts coming up again in Edina this Christmas. Just pianobrothers.com is our website. Piano Brothers. It's both my brother Tim and I. We sing and play on 2 pianos. We bring on some other musicians. It's a fun show, entertaining for the whole family. So all the money that's raised from those concerts goes towards the O'Neill Foundation of Hope. So we did last year, we did 3 shows as well. And so we'll be back again this coming Christmas. Will be fun. So yeah, you're looking for a fun night out, family, friends. It's definitely entertaining. And again, a Friday, a Saturday, and Sunday right before Christmas. And again, it's just pianobrothers.com.
Great. And you also, I've seen you always do a foundation golf tournament every July. Is that?
Yeah, so we've done that. So with the team, with the Minnesota real estate team, we always do a once a year charity golf event. The last couple of years, I've been super grateful that the team has kind of chosen the O'Neill Foundation of Hope as the recipient. We've done a variety of different recipients with that golf tournament, but we had probably 20 sponsors, a lot of golfers part of it. So just very grateful for the people that sponsored, golfed, showed up, volunteered. And so that just got done Last week it was, and we raised over $34,000 for the foundation. So a lot of people donating money, showing up, stepping up, and so we're just super grateful for people doing that.
Awesome. No, I'm going to have to talk more off air with you about starting some sort of foundation. I'm kind of going down that road anyways. It's like the 5-year plan. It'll probably be some sort of veteran organization is where I'm going to go with it. So I was in the military back in the day, so something like that I think would work. So.
Yeah, thank you for your service, and for you, Mike, and anybody else that's watching. If you have anybody watching who has questions, you want to know about the process, how to set up a foundation, I've learned more about it in the last 2 years than probably I ever thought I would. So I'm happy to help. No obligation or charge or anything like that. Just reach out. Happy to give back and help.
And that's one thing I've loved about you too, Ryan. Was there 150, 200 some agents essentially in the Minnesota real estate team, and you opened yourself up to all of them and been accessible. Like you more than sent out emails saying, "Hey, if you need to talk about anything, give me a call." And that's good leadership, by the way. So yeah.
No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I think it's important to. Yep, it's an important way to be accessible, give back, make an impact. So no, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Right. Is this the right number to contact you? 952-649-1456.
Yeah, that's great. That one works great. 952-649-1456. You can always just email me too, just ryan@mnrealestateteam.com. But again, wherever you're watching this, whether you're looking to build a real estate team, join a real estate team, do a foundation, music, you name it, I'm happy to offer my 2 cents, as my dad would say, for what it's worth. Right?
Right.
Yeah, keep up the great work with the show, though. I love this show. Love what you guys are doing, and keep up the great work, Mike.
Yeah, we're on the right track. I think you're right. We're kind of talking about the development of the show too, since we're new to this thing, and being, I'm only a year-long agent so far, so I'm talking about that a little bit. But hopefully, it inspires other people to pick up the camera and put something together. And the 9:30 slot seems okay Monday through Friday. Something different to watch. I know a lot of people like just watching live streams these days, and I do anyways, because you can mess around on the message board while they're live. I don't know, and just add to the conversation. But
yeah, that's good. So, hey, how long were you in the military, by the way?
3 years, 2006 to 2009. So signed up at 30 years old.
Wow. And how did you decide to do that?
Probably had a little bit born on Veterans Day syndrome.
Wow.
I was born on November 11th, but my dad was an officer in the military. He didn't have to go to Vietnam. They shut it down right before he had to ship over there. And Grandpa was an infantry guy, and great grandpa was infantry in World War I. And so there's been military history in my family for a lot of it. And I don't know. I just wasn't doing anything worth anything else. It gave me a sense of purpose at that point too. So it always had held in the back of my head. I probably should have joined right out of high school, but I don't know. That's not something to take very lightly. I don't know if a lot of these kids know what they're getting into right out of high school, but it's definitely a good adventure and good training. So went to Italy, got stationed in Italy as an airborne paratrooper, and then Afghanistan for 15 months. So
wow,
got to go see parts of the world I probably never would, and some of the best people to ever work with. It was a good experience.
Well, thanks for your service.
Well, hopefully we can thank the veterans getting out coming up here for their service, and I like to demonstrate that by helping them integrate back into society. And some folks, I had internships at veteran ranches before, like end of life facilities, where basically you're trying to have like a medical scenario with a housekeeper for veterans out in the woods or out in a beautiful setting. So you kind of bring Mother Nature into the scheme of it. So I think I might head down that road, and just having gatherings of people. Community is definitely healthy for everyone. So I think that's going to be part of the long-term business plan here. So
That's really cool, Mike. That's really cool. And are you and Jason first cousins?
Yes. So that's how I got into this mess.
Yeah. So your dad is it your dads are brothers?
Yep. Our dads are brothers, and Jason's been hounding on me probably since he got into the business 20 some years ago that I should join him. And I was like, I started taking real estate classes when I was in college. Like I was actually in that kind of profession down in Madison, Wisconsin. But then I couldn't afford to finish my classes or take the test. So then I dropped out. And so,
sure.
But then dial back around, I don't know, 2 years ago, Jason's still like, come join me up here. This will be fun. I'm like, yes, I know how Jason operates since his younger days even. And just bumping into him. Yeah, we kind of give each other energy, kind of got that team mindset, let's go energy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and he's been crushing it. So I'm like, if there's anybody to learn from, it's probably this guy. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's super cool. You're definitely working with the right guy. And I'm grateful for all you're doing, Mike. Thanks for all you're doing for our team, for the Minnesota real estate team with this show. Fun, man. I love it. I love what you're doing.
Anytime you want to hop on here, you just let me know. We're going to run this pilot through all the counties. So we got 3 more weeks here. We got Washington County this week, probably Ramsey next week, and then Carver County. But yeah, anytime you want to chime in and show up on the show, that'd be great. And how much longer are you running the Minnesota real estate team show? Indefinitely on Saturday? Or?
Yeah. I think probably we just will kind of continue doing it. Obviously it's, it's been good, from being able to provide information to people, but it's also good. Sometimes we get people calling that are looking to buy, looking to sell, would like to work with our team. And so we enjoy it. We have fun with it. We've got, a number of other partners that are part of the team. These are people that, whether they're home inspectors, stagers, Mike Overson and his team from a mortgage standpoint, a variety of the different people that help buyers and sellers through the transaction. And so these are partners that, that our team has worked with a long time, that are focused on customer service, do a great job. So that's fun too. Each week we like to have a different partner on, just to have a conversation, what's going on in the market, how what they're doing relates to the market, and keep it fun. Keep it fun. People want to be entertained, and so that's half the battle, is just keeping it interesting. And I think we'll just keep plugging away on it for a while until further notice.
Yeah, keep bringing out the personalities and the stories, and keep business rolling. So that's awesomeness. So we're going to mimic that a little bit there, Ryan. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yep. However I could help on it, but I think it's good. You guys keep charging away too. And I appreciate you inviting me on today. Hope this was helpful. And again, especially anybody watching, whether you're, again, looking to start a real estate team, join a real estate team, start a foundation, you're interested in, pursuing music. I feel like there's been a variety of different paths in my life. And again, I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Awesome. Hey, I really appreciate your time, Ryan. We will put out your information, how to get a hold of you, what's going on this weekend. Do you have any upcoming events you want to highlight here this fall?
Upcoming events. Let me see. Other than nothing else immediately. Again, those concerts are coming up more around Christmas time. You can check out pianobrothers.com. And then just our foundation as well, o'neillhope.org. Kind of checking that out and some of the different things that are going on. But otherwise, we appreciate your support and looking at those as your time permits.
Rock and roll. Thank you, sir. I think we covered everything here. I think we got a good idea of Ryan O'Neill and the Hope Foundation and the Minnesota real estate team. So we will catch you on Saturday on the message board, and have a great week, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thanks for all you're doing. Great show. Love it. Appreciate folks watching. And hope you have a good week. Good week here too, Mike. Okay.
Beautiful weather this week. Let's go August. So.
Take care, buddy.
Peace. Ryan O'Neill. Oh, it's painful watching yourself on video, by the way.
It wasn't that bad. I thought it was a good interview.
I skipped around on one of the questions he asked. I'm like, I just totally blew that question off. Didn't bring it back around, but didn't talk enough circle. But yeah, Ryan O'Neill, Minnesota real estate team. He founded in 2005. Team has been the number one selling RE/MAX team in Minnesota and closed transactions and sales volume every year since 2006. So crushing it. Awesomeness. But yeah, that's great that he took time to come on the show here and see what's going on. Got all his information here on the side message board. Feel free to reach out to him if he can help you. Like I said, he's very open to helping people. So great spirit, that guy. You can catch him on his show at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, the Minnesota Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings. And he usually has a couple of guests, or at least 3 other dudes on the show, or dudettes on the show, and check him out. Awesome. So, looks like everybody's birthday is on November 11th, according to the chat.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is. In fact, I've only met maybe 4 people over my lifetime that had the same birthday. So I don't know what kind of bubble I'm living in or what, but yeah, it hasn't been that common. I don't know. All right. Well,
That's great.
All right. Well, do we have any Tuesday trivia today?
Yeah, as I said, we got about 10, 15 minutes left. We can do some trivia.
Yeah, let's power through this stuff. See how smart we are or aren't.
Are you smarter than a real estate agent?
If so, contact Ryan O'Neill and he'll get you on the team. Yes. This is Washington County trivia. If you've been paying attention, you should know these fairly easily. You can bring the timer down to about 30 seconds. I don't know. Or would we have 20 the other day? Perfect. Here we go.
All right, our first question. In what year was Washington County established? 1839, 1849, 1859, 1869.
I think they said 39. They started moving into the territory, but I don't know if that counts as starting the county.
5 seconds.
I think C, 1859, when Minnesota became a state.
Okay. The correct answer, everybody, is B.
Oh, totally wrong.
1849.
Jeez.
All right, here's one. Here's one for you to redeem yourself. Washington County was named after which U.S. president? Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, George something, or James Madison?
Huh.
I didn't want to,
Who could possibly know this?
I don't like it when the question gives you the answer, so I figured I'd just admit that part. And that counts, right?
Maybe we should leave off multiple choice and you just have to guess outright. That might be.
Ooh, there we go.
Make it a little bit more complicated. C.
All right. What's your final answer, Raleigh G?
I'm going to go with C, George Washington.
The correct answer is actually D, James Madison. No, just kidding. It's George. What is the county seat of Washington County? Woodbury, Stillwater, Cottage Grove, or Oakdale?
It was one of the first communities popping up on the St. Croix River. Go with B.
Okay. The correct answer, everybody, is B, Stillwater. All right. Which river forms the eastern border of Washington County? The Mississippi, the St. Croix, the Minnesota, or the Missouri?
Gonna have to go with Heather B.
Okay. I did not mean it. Okay, here we go. The correct answer is B, the St. Croix River.
Good job, Heather.
All right, next up we got, what is the largest city in Washington County? Stillwater, Forest Lake, Cottage Grove, Woodbury.
You can feel good about yourself if you paid attention this week. I love that some of the folks watching aren't even from Minnesota, and they're going to know more about Minnesota than the Minnesotans. So, gonna have to go with D. Woodbury.
Right, you guys thought this show was about real estate. We're moving your minds to Minnesota.
The real estate of the mind.
The real estate of the mind. The correct answer is D, Woodbury. Ooh. All right, here we go. Wow, this is a good one.
B.
We'll do not multiple choice for this one.
Okay.
Washington County is part of which U.S. state? I just need information. It gives me the questions and answers. So,
We're just lobbing them out there here for you.
yeah. If you want multiple choice, it is Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, or Iowa.
Or Canada.
Or Kansas. Canada. It's a province that nobody really has heard of.
Well, Garrett, I'm going to have to say Minnesota.
The correct answer is probably a lot of states, because that seems like a very generalized county name.
Yes.
So I feel like if you answered that question, it was probably correct. I don't know what your answer was, but I feel like there would probably maybe be a Washington County in every state.
Washington, yes.
So even if you answered Delaware, congratulations. Which body of water covers approximately 38 square miles of Washington County? Lakes and rivers, Mississippi River, St. Croix River, or Lake Minnetonka or St. Croix River?
I'm going to go with A. Lake Minnetonka is not even close. That was last week.
I was going to say, I feel like we've covered that before in a previous segment.
It's in Hennepin County. Yeah.
All right.
A. Lakes and rivers. All of the above.
The correct answer is A. Lakes and rivers.
A.
A. All right. This is a good one, too. Oh, that's all right. Washington County is located within which metropolitan statistical area? Chicago, Naperville, Elgin, MSA, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, MSA. New York, Newark, New Jersey, or Los Angeles, Long Beach, Anaheim.
Metropolitan statistical area. Well, considering the show is about Minnesota, I'm going to have to go with B.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't even like episode specific. Like, if you have any idea what we're doing with this show,
Welcome, new person. Yes.
you're welcome to not moving Chicago.
There he is.
The correct answer is, of course, the Twin Cities, the OG Twin Cities, not the other weird named Twin Cities that aren't twins or cities.
TCMA is another acronym they use for the Twin Cities. Yeah.
Twin City Metropolitan Area. I could get that one before. Dude, MSA, that one kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Statistical area.
All right. What type of industry initially spurred the development of Washington County in the 19th century? Agriculture, mining, logging and lumber, or manufacturing? This is a kind of a trickier good one.
I'm surprised fur trading is not on there, or adventure tourism. I don't know. I'm going to go with the C. You got to build with something.
All right. The correct answer is C, logging and lumber. The plow follows the axe, not the other way around.
Unless you're on the prairie, then there's no axe.
Then they just when I was watching a documentary about the history of Minnesota, it's funny because they didn't know any better. They had no idea, and so they tore up all the prairie, and they're like, "Why isn't it growing back?" Well, because like when they tore up, I mean, they killed everything, and so you win a non-expensive paid trip to Minnesota, Heather.
All you got to do is go down to the interstate and put your thumb out, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right. What is the nickname of Stillwater, the county seat of Washington County? The lumber capital of the world, a gateway to the West, the birthplace of Minnesota, or the city of lakes?
Oh, this might get people riled up here, but I'm going to go with C.
I wonder what the lumber capital of the world is. Gateway to the West is St. Louis.
Maybe up in Brainerd, lumber capital. Someplace in Wisconsin, Spooner, Wisconsin has I believe they have a lumberjack competition and museum or something. But that's Wisconsin. I'm going to go with C.
The correct answer is C, birthplace of Minnesota. There's our 10 trivia questions for our Tuesday.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beans. Appreciate
Absolutely.
that. We got a few houses to check out here before we head out here. We're Washington County. The median price is about $550,000. So I kind of looked at 3 homes between 500 and 600,000 as a price point. Yesterday we looked at the most expensive homes in the county currently for sale. This is the median actually. So I don't know if you have some of the. If you have 11494 34.
Yeah, it's loading. There it goes. Okay.
Lake Elmo, Minnesota. This one's priced at $569,000. The price has been reduced as we're seeing this past month more and more. Built in 2021, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet on 0.26 acres. So essentially a brand new home. One owner has probably been in there.
Wow, so much light.
Yeah. It's definitely nice to have high ceilings and a lot of light. It just doesn't seem so gloomy and cavish.
Absolutely.
Not that there isn't a place for that either, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that office.
You know, a lot of people are making that move. They're like, well, we can work from home, but my house needs its dedicated office. And
Absolutely.
I've seen some really cool ones too, where they have like false walls to get into the office, so you don't even know the office is there when the, it's
Yeah,
like
that's
a trick
cool.
wall and
Like a bookcase, bookshelf
Exactly.
wall.
Exactly. Like, what is this? Wow, somebody's hiding back here.
That's cool.
Yep, Lake Elmo, Minnesota. If any of these catch your eye and you want a showing of them, reach out to me at 612-930-2929 or contact me at michael@walgrave.com. Texting is fine too. I think I might go virtual tour some more houses in Washington today, so try to have more footage. All right, next house, 8822 Joliet Avenue South, Cottage Grove. Nice little community there in southeast part of the Twin Cities area, not too far from St. Paul. New home build by D.R. Horton. These guys are a big builder around the Twin Cities area. I think primarily in the south. They can cover every place, though. This home, newly built, was at $505,000. So this should give you an idea of the new home builds, what you can get for $505,000. Very clean. Nice countertops. Stainless steel appliances. Vaulted ceiling. And they can build to whatever specs you're looking for. These big builders usually have a dozen or so basic templates, but then you can modify for whatever. The other good thing to know is a lot of these builders can offer you financing to bring your interest rate down like 1 percentage point even. So that's worth noting for going with a new home. You get more house then for a lower interest rate. Yeah. And they can build you out as much or as little of the home as you want. So, $505,000 is what you see here. Perhaps the basement is not finished yet and you don't want them to finish it. So they'll deduct what it would cost to build out the basement. So you can just put your own sweat equity into your new home. It's a nice way to build equity. Oh.
That's a very nice home.
Mm-hmm. You got a walkout basement there. Oh.
A lot of bedrooms.
Yeah. Single family home, 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 1,988 square feet on 0.2 acres. And it looks like you should ask how to receive a 4.99% fixed mortgage rate. Sold. Give me a shout and we will go talk to the builder here. Number 612-930-2929 or my email at the bottom, michael@walgrave.com. Parade of homes coming up this fall or this September. This is one of the many builders that will have homes open to the whole public. If you're just browsing, trying to get ideas, see what's out there for new building, it's the perfect time to go check things out. You don't need a real estate agent. You just show up on the days. All right. Last home here, 704 Inspiration Place, Bayport, Minnesota. This is new construction and it's also had a price reduction, $599,900, 0.11 acres. That's cool.
That's really cool.
Wow.
Has like an industrial feel to it.
Yeah, a little bit darker colors than we've seen. That black and gray is interesting accents. More gray floor than a brown wood floor, typical. Awesomeness.
That's a really nice house.
And why this home might be a little bit more than the last new build that we looked at. Like it kind of looks like it's, well, aside from it looks bigger, but they may have put higher quality materials into it. I haven't seen too many homes that fit that look right there. Because it is, hang on, where did that go? Oh, Inspiration Place. Here we go. It does have fewer bedrooms and bathrooms than the last house, but the ceilings are higher. The materials used, it does appear that it might be a little bit more higher end material. It's hard to tell just from pictures. That's one reason to go show up and check things out, touch what you're, if the doors feel flimsy and this kind of thing, you'll know. You kind of want heavy duty stuff to last time. But that one was 2,444 square feet, 0.11 acres, rolling in just under $600,000. Built by custom home builder Laducci Homes. Again, if you'd like to check out more of their inventory or build something yourself or have them build it, give me a shout, 612-930-2929. All right, well, that concludes our tour of Washington County. We're all getting smarter here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. We will keep building, keep moving. Coming up Wednesday, you want to check out Home Talk with my cousin Jason and Marcus and Mike Overson. They will be on at noon Central Standard Time on the Facebooks and the YouTubes. That's US Home Talk. Ryan O'Neill's The Minnesota Real Estate Team podcast radio show is on Saturday. WCCO also on YouTube, Facebook, Odyssey, 10 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So keep soaking up the information, and I hope you enjoyed. If you're educated, entertained, have a great day. It's Tuesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Michael Walgrave here. Garrett Beans in the background. Make it a great day. Peace.